Ashley and I'm Topsy-Turvy, and today I'm going to show you how I cut and prepare my cake to get ready to frost. Alright, we're going to get our cake ready to frost. So I've just unwrapped mine. I like to double wrap mine, keep the moisture in, as I've said before. I'm going to take my 8-inch circle, the exact size of my cake, and I'm going to put just a little bit of frosting on it to help hold my cake in place. Now, my cake still has the parchment paper underneath. So I peel that off and just put my cake board right underneath. And because my cake board's 8 inches and my cake is 8 inches, it should just fit right on really nicely. Alright, now you'll notice I have a very tall cake. I use a 3-inch cake pan and I get at least 3 to 4 inches on my cakes. If you're doing 2 separate pans, you use the same technique. We want to make sure the top of our cake is flat instead of domed. So I'm actually going to put mine on a spinning table, but you can actually just put it on your normal counter and spin it by hand if you want. I just find this a little easier. First I'm going to separate it in half. Take a nice serrated knife. They have a lot of cake cutting paraphernalia that you can use as well. And for bigger cakes I do use those because they come with nice big blades. But for a cake this small, just a normal 8-inch cake, I'm just going to use a regular serrated knife. And I'm going to find about where my center is, and I'm just going to spin the cake and hold my knife in place so that I can just kind of break the barrier of the outside of my cake until I go all the way around and meet back up to where I started. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to start pushing in as I spin. Now it's really important to hold your knife as level as you can. This is where those handy dandy paraphernalia come in. If you have trouble holding your knife it's perfectly flat, or it makes you feel uncomfortable, you can use one of the other paraphernalia. But like I said, I find this to work easier for me on smaller cakes. Okay. And now I'm going to take another cake board, again covered so that it doesn't get all greasy, and slide the top half of my cake onto there. So now I have 2 pieces. Now I'm going to take the dome off of this top piece. I'm just going to find where the dome starts and do the same thing I did before. We're just kind of hold my knife over to the side while I spin just to get a nice start in on cutting. Now, why didn't I do the top first? So the reason is it's a lot harder to hold your knife 4 inches high and keep it steady than 2 inches high, because this way you can always use your pinky or use something else to help you steady your hand at 2 inches high. It's a lot easier than 4 inches high. So that's why I start with the middle. But if you feel comfortable doing it starting with the top, go for it. Now, this is a good example of if you have 2 different pans the same that are both 2 inches high, you would just do this to the top of both of your pieces of cake to make sure you get a nice flat top to work with. Alright. That looks like I lost my seam. Here we go. I find the dome a little bit harder to cut off evenly than the middle as well, but that's just me. It might be easier for you to do this part. Alright. And if you notice anything uneven, this is the time to go back through and cut that off. And now we have 2 pieces, and we're ready to move on with frosting our cake.